What's good, y'all? Welcome to another video, and I know y'all see the title, you know what it is, but hey, I sold the Volvo. Why did I do it? We're gonna talk about it. Bring it in. Let's go. So, why did I sell my Volvo? You may ask, right? Well, there's a few reasons. For starters, I didn't need it. I'll just be honest with you. I bought that car originally for it to be my personal vehicle. Why didn't man ride at me like that? Pause. I bought that car to be my personal vehicle in the beginning, and it did what it needed to do. Don't get me wrong. You know, it was reliable. It did what it needed to do. Like, I don't take anything back from what I mentioned in the video previously, talking about the benefits of owning that Volvo. I appreciated it, but I didn't use it enough to make sense for the cost that I was paying for it. And when I say cost paying for it, I just mean maintenance, keeping up with all the services and all things like that, right? So that was the first issue. The second issue was the cost, right? So let's think about gas mileage for a second, right? Let's just talk about gas, right? I've been driving an X3 for a couple, I can't say like, I've driven a couple X3s, let's just put it that way. I've driven a couple X3s for long periods of time. Also X1s. And both of those vehicles are bigger than that Volvo is, right? And believe it or not, they both average better gas mileage than the Volvo did. Now you may say, oh, well, that's because the Volvo is more of a sports car and it's, you know, quicker and it requires more fuel and things like that. No, it ain't. The X1, maybe so. You feel me? But not the X3. The X3, believe it or not, it being as big as it was, it still was quicker than the Volvo and more efficient than the Volvo, with a smaller engine than the Volvo, and it still was better on gas. So I'm like, how is that the case? And why am I still driving this again if I can get one of those? Right? So I really had to ask myself that. The third reason would be the Volvo just wasn't premium enough. And when I say premium enough, I mean the way it actually drove, right? You get in a Volvo, it's a foreign vehicle. You get in a BMW, foreign. Audi, foreign. You know these things going into purchasing these vehicles. You know maintenance and all of those things are going to cost more than the average American car, right? Even Japanese cars. But usually when you're in those cars, once you get out of those cars, you know, yeah, that's what I'm paying for. See what I'm saying? Like, you jump in a Mercedes, you feel that luxury, you like, okay, yeah, like, yeah, it's expensive as hell, but that's what I'm paying for. You see what I'm saying? Like, you could look back and be like, yeah, you know, when the seat massager was massaging me, or the cooled seats was cooling me down, or the way the suspension was taking the bumps and stuff like that, you could say these things with like a Benz and be like, I'm glad I made that purchase. That's why I drive this car, you know? And I've had Benzes in the past as well. You get in a BMW, you know, you might like speed, you might like handling, you hugging corners a little better than you usually do, and you know, a car more responsive than it usually is. You like, yeah, that's why I got this. Like, yeah, I be paying all that money to keep this shit up, but that's why I got this, right? You get in a Volvo, you drive it, you drive good. But to me personally, there's nothing that stood out to me when I got out the car to be like, oh, that's why I bought that Volvo, yeah, that's why I got it. Nothing. Like, I gotta be honest with you, it was comfortable. The seats was very comfortable. It had decent amount of features, parking sensors like I mentioned previously in my last videos, but it didn't have a personality. And when you drive vehicles a lot, or you drive a lot of different variations of vehicles and you like driving, that's something that you would like to stand out, especially at a certain amount of cost that you have to be investing in to own that vehicle, right? So when I drove it, as reliable as it was and as good as it was, it never moved me. It never had a personality. I've had Audis in the past. I had a little 328 BMW. That car was very fun. Very fun. Way more fun than the Volvo in every way. I had an Audi 3.2 liter. Fun in every way. And these are basic cars like that would be in that same segment. So again, just the personality of the vehicle, it really didn't do it for me, you know? And that has nothing to do with the brand name. Well, maybe it does, because Volvo's never really been known for things like that. Volvo's usually known for safety. But I'll be honest, like, when you're driving every single day, yeah, you buckle up to be safe and you try your best to drive and be safe, but you don't park your car after a long trip and be like, yeah, I was really safe. Yeah, that's why I got that. I was really safe. Unless something dramatic happens. You see what I'm saying? So if that's you and you prefer safety, absolutely the Volvo's the car for you in more ways than one. But if you prefer more of an experience, more fun when you drive or get behind the wheel, more engagement and the steering feel and all of that, Volvo is really not the best, you know, and that's what I've learned over the time span that I've had that vehicle. It just wasn't the best. There's other things that it would do, you know, and other things that I would have to repair as far as preventive maintenance goes, timing belt, things of that nature, but it still just, to me, wasn't enough for me to be like, yo, I can keep this for another 3 years and be 100% satisfied with my reasoning behind it. I really wouldn't have been, you know, and because of that, and on top of the fact of me not using it as often as I would have, I just decided to get rid of it. So, again, this has nothing to do with the Volvo brand. I think Volvo is a good brand still. I think if you're in the market for a reliable car, I think that's a great reliable car to get, even if you're in the market for a reliable foreign. But if you're in the market for a reliable foreign that is fun, that's not it. You know, if you're in the market for a foreign that's very luxurious, that might not be it neither. Very comfortable seats, but suspension and all of that stuff, it's not a Benz, you know? So that's why I sold the Volvo. Do I regret it at all? No. Do I miss it at all? No. As you can see, I've already replaced it, but that's going to be another video. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, I have no complaints about the Volvo though. It did exactly what it needed to do. Maybe not to the capabilities that I wanted it to do it, but it still was good enough for what I used it for the time being. And I would still recommend anybody to pick one of those up because it's very cheap to get into. It is, you know, more costly to maintain, but it's still reliable. So there's really no main issues there. You just got to get into the right one. To be fair, if I had a T6 instead of a T5, I think it would be a little bit different for what I'm talking about because that's a more sporty version and it's quicker and all of that, but still, Volvo still does not have the engagement that a lot of other vehicles have. It's just dull, it's dry, it's no real personality. Like, yeah, you can make a car go a little faster, but if it can't do any other thing very well, it's just like, you know, it's whatever. So that's kind of how I feel about that. But shout out to Volvo, you know. And I know I had some people like, yo, you should keep it, but you know, I mean, hey, I had to make a decision and I felt like that was the right decision to make. And that's what we did, you know. But in the next video, I'm gonna let y'all know what I did get, if y'all don't know already. And I'm gonna explain why I got that. And I am very happy with my purchase, no complaints. And yeah, we're gonna get into that. But if you like this video, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. And if you in the Volvo right now, you got love for the Volvo, get in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you think I made a bad decision by selling that car. Or let me know if you think, hey, you can really relate to me and say, yo, Volvos really don't got personality. Like, they really just not fun cars. They're just an everyday car if you need to handle, but not really engaging. But let me know, get in the comment section below, and I'm going to see you on the next video. Peace.